The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
Greetings, my fellow warriors, boy Meckanimal, and today I'm going to discuss my plan for this summer, my weight loss plan. And for the past 6 months, I've gained about 5 pounds, I think, progressively, and it's safe to assume that I'm a little fatter, chunkier nowadays. People may have noticed it in the video, for the past few months, and nothing that to be exaggerated, because it's not much weight. A lot of it is a little bit of water weight as well as fat, but I have to assume that I have at least 3 pounds of fat that I've gained in the past year, and that will be a total of about 10 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds that I've gained in the past year slowly. And I'd like to go back to when I was 185, which is sometime around April last year, and that was when I used to do a lot of my intermittent fast on a restricted basis. And nowadays I still intermittent fast, but not as strict, because I can't. It seems like, or it is, so that I'm. As much as I fast, I counter that with eating as much, and I indulge on more snacks and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm still able to maintain my weight because I'm very active. But once I decide to take it to the next level, that's when I shut down as much snacking as possible, and I'm stricter in the quality of the carbohydrate that I ingest. In my diet. During that I incorporate in my diet. So I decided that I'm gonna lose about 8 to 10 pounds back, and I've been around 195 or so for the past 2-3 months. So it's safe to think or assume that my average weight is 194, 195. Sometimes I've clocked 196, but yeah, like I said again, some of that is a little bit of water weight. So take out 2 pounds to 3 pounds of water weight at a time. It could be like 193-ish, but I've been clocking steadily 195, and it has a lot to do with my carb-rich diet. And even though I'm heavier, I feel great, I feel strong, and a lot of my body weight training has been tremendously on the rise, and that just tells of the importance of being having a muscle full. Because what I've noticed is that when I was leaner, like dehydrated, like around 181, some before I stabilized around 185 last year. So like I did some fast, and for some fast for like 3-4 days at a time with no food, and I was able to lose a lot of weight. Obviously, a lot of water weight at first, and then it follows with some fat loss. I was able to reach really light body weight, which was low 80s, 180s. But even though I was lighter, I didn't feel strong, and it was mostly because I was dehydrated. And as soon as I will pack up a little more water in my muscle, I will feel more powerful. So the weight that comes with the water, I feel is worth having, even when you're heavier, because you get to perform much better. You get to have the full extent of your muscle capacity. So it comes down to losing fat tissue when you want to lose weight, and not really water weight and dehydrate yourself. And I already have a low enough body fat that if I want to go to a really low body weight, I will either have to catabolize my muscles, which is hard to do because I will have to starve, and I like to eat, and I don't have any specific purpose. Or maybe if I go vegan, that could happen. Or I will have just to, dehydrate myself, which comes with the feeling of being weak because you get to limit yourself to only a few selection of carbs that you can have, and I feel like it's just being too paranoid and not healthy for the mind as well. So I just resolved to handle my weight and just get as ridiculously strong as possible in the 190s, which is what I did, and it did work. It just takes longer, but you have to just trust the process, like we always preach, and stick to your gun. And so far so good. The reason why I decided to kind of cut back is just because I wanted to see how whatever amount of muscle or ounces of muscle that I may have gained in the past year or 2 years since the last time I've tested. I've measured my body fat on the DEXA scan of 8.5, and I was at a body weight of 182 or something like that. And since then, I have not measured my body weight again, and I'm a little bit skeptical about doing it because my stance has changed in relation to the DEXA scan. I might make another video about it. So it would be good to know if I get back to 185 ish, and see if I will look leaner at 185. If I do look leaner, it will mean that I've gained some muscle mass, and that will be, a good thing to know. And it will feel good to be able to perform at the lighter body weight. If I was to take off 10 pounds right now, it will feel great. I'll see how much more explosive I can be, or how much more powerful I can be if I get rid of excess of weight, and I want to believe that I will have at least 5 pounds out of those 10 pounds of fat that I can get rid of, and it should be good to know. So I will just try to share my plans for this summer, and I've already started 2 weeks ago. I'm a little stricter on my food intake, the quality of it, and that means I have to let go of the consistent goodies that I usually incorporate in my diet. Even in healthy goodies, it's still gonna play a role when it comes to putting yourself in the deficit for caloric intake. So that's that. So the goal is from 195, aiming for 185 by sometime. I would say, I guess, May. So I've cut down a lot of water weight already. So just enjoying the process, 1 pound at a time, weekly. That's my my goal, and that's pretty much the safest way to ensure that I lose as less as possible muscle mass in the process. So that's that. Feel free to drop down a comment below, and let us guys know what are your plans for this summer in terms of body weight management. And of course, I don't really like people who like to cut just for the summer to look good. And my my reason of cutting it is not for aesthetic purpose. It's more for the performance purpose, because I could stay like that throughout the summer and still look fine and be healthy. You just feel like it's not the original me, and I could lose a few pounds, like a good 5 pounds of fat that I can shed and feel much lighter and be able to crank up those one-arm pull-ups. And I'm not sure if it's gonna carry to my front lever, because whether I lose fat or not, I still have my big chunk of legs that I have to manage to lever, and Yeah, so far progress is good, and that's that. All right, man. Everything is and will always be the Meckanimal way. Salutes. Boom.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.